As somebody who's always had a growth mindset, I've always believed in learning. So whether that's from people, from experiences, or actually a course. And that's kind of been seen in my career where I've done 2 apprenticeships. I'm currently on my 3rd one now. I do think that by doing the apprenticeship, I've been able to kind of learn and study in the kind of classroom workspace, and then also been able to apply that within the business. So that's kind of accelerated my career in terms of having that practical experience, which I believe is the reason why I'm where I am today.
I started work in the city 2 weeks after my 16th birthday. I spent 13 years working in London and was then made redundant when I was pregnant with my son. This gave me an opportunity to have a year off work to enjoy being a mum. I then returned to work on a part-time job share basis when my son was a year old. It was my first job working locally, which was a big change for me, but it did enable me to navigate the hardest job I've ever had, which was being a mum, and balance family and work life. I gradually increased my working days and still worked on a part-time basis whilst my children were at school. I didn't go full-time again until I was appointed into my current role as HR Operations Director at Wilson Jones. So for me, it's making a difference and supporting people. For those who know me well, they know I love to talk. I'm also a great listener, and helping people or just giving them space to talk is a really rewarding part of my role. I also love to see my team grow and develop. I count myself as super lucky to have such a great team. Celebrating their successes makes me feel like a proud parent.
I think everybody inspires me. I think what I've learned over my time is that there's no single way for success or path for success. So I think everybody going through their own journey is an inspiration, either whether that's kind of having the trajectory of, working your way up, or if that's a case of taking a gap year, every single element of that is bravery, which again also links into inspiration for me. So yeah, everybody, I think.
My children inspire me. Although now both in their 20s, they have both had poor treatment from employers when they started their working life. My daughter was treated really badly in her first job at 16, and it makes me feel sad and angry that some employers think poor treatment is acceptable and that they had to deal with so much at such a young age. Although whilst they had to learn some really difficult lessons at a young age, they built resilience and an understanding of how not to be treated. Poor treatment really isn't acceptable in any business. People are an asset, and no matter what role they do, and regardless of their gender or age, everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, and I really can't bear it when this doesn't happen.
I definitely am aware that I've been the only female in Teams meetings or actual in-person meetings. Unfortunately for me, I've always been heard and accepted. However, I know this is not always the case for everybody. I would suggest that how everybody can contribute is making sure that they're aware of any unconscious bias, and also ensuring that it's a safe space for everybody's voice to be heard. So if it's a case where, there is only one female, it'd be good to encourage them to say, look, what's your thoughts, to kind of create that safe space.
For me, this is about everyone championing for their peers and colleagues, regardless of gender. I do feel that we should all be accelerating action for women. We can do this by listening, challenging bias, treating people as equals, and educating ourselves, and providing a supportive environment where people can share and talk about their experiences.
For me, although I do define myself as a female, I'll also provide other attributes to that, being young, so I like to think, and also being of an Indian heritage. And for me, I think the one message should be that no matter what age, gender, religion, sex, anything, everybody should have equal opportunity, and that is therefore the quality that we need.
Don't be afraid to speak up, challenge and give support, all of which I believe will contribute to positive change, break down barriers and make the workplace a better place for us and the generations to come.